That was like a finale of the year 2022. Wow, and welcome to 2023, and it's good to be here with all of us together. I'm Alice Martin. I'm chair of the board. I say that hesitantly. And we would like to welcome you all to our service. Unitarian Universalism encourages an open-ended search for meaning in life and a commitment to asking our values to shape our actions. We are a pluralistic religion that draws wisdom from many sources. We welcome all people into our community of whatever age, race, class, ability, sexual orientation, gender identity, or religious background. We especially welcome those of you who may be worshiping with us for the first time. We invite you to join us after downstairs for coffee so that we can get to know each other better. Guests are always welcome to participate in any activities in our community. If you would like any more information about us, or if you have questions, please ask any board member or our interim minister, Reverend Patrick Price. Thank you.
Suppose we should make this official. Good morning. No. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Happy New Year. My name is John DeGreve, your worship leader today. We welcome you on this first Sunday of the new year. Today's theme is Memories and Resolutions. You were given 2 slips of paper when you came in. If you didn't, please get them. They are for memories and resolutions of 2022 and 2023. Let's see. You were given it with the order of service. I'm inviting you to think about the questions and write down answers on the slip of paper. We will collect them later to be read in the service anonymously. You don't have to sign it. In the past, I have acknowledged birthdays. Hannah reminded me of that. So today, we need to catch up a little bit. We need to know who had a birthday in November. If you had a birthday in November, raise your hand. No one? All right, be honest. What date?
November 6th.
Okay. Anybody else that's late for November? How about December? December birthdays? Okay, let's start over here. Date.
13th.
Huh? Molly? Anna? Or Ann? We're doing, okay. 15th. Anybody else for December? All right, we're into the new year. January. Anybody with a January birthday? The date? Okay. Brian? 24. 21. Okay. Well, congratulations. You made it again, another revolution around the sun. I'd like to join in, everybody join in and sing them happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear everyone. Happy birthday to you. Congratulations, everyone. Since we're in a celebratory spirit, I'd like to invite you to take the opportunity to stand up and turn to someone near you and wish them a Happy New Year. Feel free to move about the cabin. What an enthusiastic group. Thank you very much. The table is in front today, and the chalice and the Joys and Sorrows candles have been placed on it, along with the puzzle piece fabric that I have used in several services throughout my time. I feel that the puzzle demonstrates our individual uniqueness. We have different colors, we have different outs and ins, but when we come together and blend our colors together, we create something greater than ourselves. I like to think of it as family, but we talk about it as community. Our opening reading today is from Sylvia Howell. It is entitled, "We Bid You Welcome." The words are going to be on the screen, hopefully. There you go. The yellow letters I will read, and the white ones I ask you to read. We bid you welcome on this first Sunday of a new year. We gather with part of us looking backward and part of us looking forward. We gather on the edge of a new year, saddened by our losses, cherishing our joys, aware of our failures, and mindful of days gone by. We gather on the cusp of this new year, eager again anew, hopeful for what lies ahead, promising to make changes, anticipating tomorrow and tomorrows. We invite you to join our celebration of life, knowing that life includes good and bad, endings and beginnings. We bid you welcome. Our opening song is number 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. We'll be singing all 5 verses. Please stand in body and our spirit and join in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. To a rousing welcome. Yay. Our chalice today is an earthen vessel made by human hands, a blend of many colors, fired to shape and hardness, and it's holding a 3-wick candle that today represents the past, the present, and the future. As a sidebar, it was purchased at a silent auction at Coffee House from the Allens. The words for our chalice lighting today are in your order of service and on the screen. Eventually, there we go. We light our family chalice to illuminate the world we seek in the search for truth.
May we be just in the search for justice. May we be loving, and in loving
The center candle over on the bowl of candles is to acknowledge the people suffering in Ukraine. It has been 10 months worth of war with no end in sight. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers as we enter this new year. Now I ask you to stand again, in body and or spirit, to sing with us number 1008, When Your Heart is in a Holy Place. It's in the Teal Book. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we feel the power in the other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, when we blessed with love and amazing grace, when our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our faith stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. Then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, we are filled with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place. Please be seated. I would like to share with you a meditation by Joyce Rupp entitled New Year's Meditation. Just get comfortable in your seat, breathe in and breathe out a few times. Close your eyes if you want, and listen to what she has to say. As you look back on the year just completed, what name would you give your journey of the past year? How would you describe it to one of your friends? What image or metaphor would you use to talk about it? What were some of your aha moments of the past year? How did you grow because of them? Who were your wise persons? What did they reveal to you? How did they influence your life? Did any of your hopes and dreams become a reality? What was the most satisfying about the year? And what was the least satisfying? How did your experience of the past year affect the world in which you live? As you look forward to the new year before you, what name would you give your New Year's journey What would you like it to have? What gifts do you bring with you into the new year before you? Do you find any resistance within you? Of what are you most afraid as you enter this new year? What is your greatest need in the coming year? Who do you bring with you for support and strength as you begin to journey through the year? What is in your heart as you pause on the threshold of this new year's vast landscape? What do you hope to contribute to society in the coming year? In this new year of hope, may we live deeply with purpose, live freely with detachment, live wisely with humility, live justly with compassion, live lovingly with fidelity, live mindfully with awareness, live gratefully with generosity, live fully with enthusiasm. Help us to hold this vision and to daily renew it in our hearts. When I thought about this being the first Sunday of a new year, I realized that 23 years had passed since we were all fearful that our computers would crash and stop working at the stroke of midnight of the year 2000. How fast time flies. The song Auld Lang Syne often comes to mind when we think of the New Year's Eve. This song was written by Robert Burns in the 1700s. It is an old Scottish tune. Auld Lang Syne literally means old long ago, or simply the good old days. It's one of the better known songs in English-speaking countries and is often sung at the stroke of midnight on New Year's Eve, as it was last evening. Like other frequently sung songs, the melody is better remembered than the words, which are often sung incorrectly and seldom in full. The band leader, Guy Lombardo, is often credited in popularizing the use of this song on the New Year's Eve celebrations in America through his annual broadcast on radio and TV beginning way back in 1929. So we have made it through another revolution around the sun. Another year has passed, and it invites another look and review before we forget the good old days. What have some of the memories of 2022 been for me? Well, Jan and I celebrated our 55th wedding anniversary. Tenacity on her part. Joe Biden is president. I celebrated my 76th birthday. Last summer, we had a family vacation in Estes Park, Colorado, with our 2 children and our 7 grandchildren. It's a beautiful memory. Queen Elizabeth died. I officiated 10 weddings and 17 memorial services and 6 services here. I was able to go on the honor flight to Washington, D.C. in April. And there are many other important things that happened in 2022. But 2022 is behind us, and maybe the best thing we can say about it is that the year is over. We are people of astounding capacity for resilience, redemption, renewal, and reinvention. Here's a toast to a new year and better days. Just a reminder to fill out your memories and resolution slips of paper. They were passed out as you came in. If you don't have one, we'd like to get you one. We'll be collecting them after the offertory and sharing some of them anonymously later in the service. I thank you for being here today and for contributing your memory of 2022 and your resolutions for 2023. May we be able to remember our significant moments of 2022 before old acquaintance be forgot and Auld Lang Syne. Each week, we invite you to experience the spiritual practice of generosity. Our weekly offering is a display of our commitment to this free congregation and our local community. We share 50% of all non-pledge offerings from this collection with a local nonprofit organization. Because it's the first of the year, I don't know what that is, but there is one. Today, again, we will be picking up your slips of paper with a second collection. Once the basket passes you, if you feel so moved, we invite you to come forward to light a candle to mark a joy or sorrow in your personal life. The center candle, again, in that bowl is in memory of Ukraine. Now let this time begin. Thanks, Gates. That was Pineapple Rag by Scott Joplin, played with enthusiasm by Gates Thomas. As we gather together today, behind each of our faces lies hidden joys and sorrows. In this time of sharing, we take a moment to read from the book of Joys and Sorrows, which is located in our entrance in the sanctuary, where you're invited to write your personal joys and sorrows, which may be of interest to our congregation. And it gets rained on every time it rains. It's a little soggy, but it's here. We have a joy from Hannah Harrington. My best friend and her family had an extended visit over the holiday because of weather, maybe. It was great spending time, but sad to see her husband off on deployment. Butch Perry says that he's still optimistic. Good, Butch. It's only the first day. But his sorrow is that his significant other died 12/27/2021, and his big sister, Valerie, died December 9th, 2022. For what has been spoken and for what remains in the quiet sanctuary of our hearts, we are grateful. It is with these connections to one another that we build a loving community. Now we have special music. It's a video from the General Assembly of 2020 that was done virtually. So it's a virtual choir with Uzziah Barnhill. There's a woman who's the composer and singing it at the General Assembly. So the words are on it. If you want to sing it, you can sing it, but let's hear what they have to do with it.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Oh, for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Oh, for each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth, keepers of faith, makers of peace, and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage, fathers of time, daughters of dust, and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy, brothers of love, lovers of life, and the builders of nations. We're seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's prayers. We are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are our grandmother's prayers, and we the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are one.
For today, because I'm going to sing it again. Now that you know the words, we can sing it, right? Anyway, the old year is often imaged as the old man heading into the year, and the baby is the new year. So in this case, the new baby is the new year, and the sun is rising to welcome the new year. But also the fact that we are our grandmothers and fathers and brothers and sisters' efforts behind us to become who we are today. And the end, we are one. It's as much as an annual tradition as champagne, noisemakers, Guy Lombardo, and New York's rockin' New Year's Eve. Just as sure as the newspaper and TV and internet ads for toys and indulgent Christmas items switch to ads for treadmills and Weight Watchers so fast it gives us holiday vertigo, the notion of New Year's resolution bemuses and challenges all of us each year. New Year's resolutions date back at least 4,000 years, when the Babylonians traditionally promised to return any farm implement that they had borrowed in the previous year to its rightful owner. It must feel like 4,000 years since you've seen that leaf blower or that ratchet set that you've loaned to Cousin Marvin. Oh, if Marvin were only a Babylonian. Today, however, returning farm implements isn't usually at the top of our list. According to USA.gov, the most popular resolutions, and consider if this means you are in pretty good company, are to lose weight, pay off debt, save money, get a better job, get fit, eat right, get a better education, drink less alcohol, quit smoking, reduce stress, take a trip, and volunteer to help others. All of these are important and laudable, and I trust that many of these have been the subject of resolutions by many of us, many, many times. Indeed, the presence of the reduced stress resolution on the list with those others is ironic. How the heck are you supposed to do that while you quit smoking, diet, and pay off your credit cards? Reading this list led me to three observations. First, wow, how do people actually follow through with these resolutions? The perennial joke about resolutions that they're easy to make because you keep making the same ones over and over every year. Some people I know just refuse to make resolutions because they don't want to feel the bad feeling of failing. But I was heartened after reading some research last week, according to the University of Washington, 63% of those surveyed were still keeping the number one resolution over 2 months into the new year. How did they do it? Strong commitment up front. They developed coping strategies for challenges, not blaming themselves for initially failing, and being willing to try multiple times. Most people can't succeed in their resolutions in the first attempt, but research suggests that giving yourself permission to falter and try again boosts the success rate. So that gives us cause for optimism. But this leads me to a second observation that may be more concerning. The fact that the list I read before is dominated by tasks designed to change one for the better, physically or materially. Now, there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but it all rests on the central premise. There's something wrong with each of us that needs to be fixed. This seems to me to be putting the cart before the horse. How do we really know? Why don't we resolve to do some introspection, to explore ourselves, to reflect deeply, and to seek better understanding of ourselves? Of course, you might say, that's how I decided I needed to diet. And that may be true. It may be true. But it seems to me that if we invest a lot of energy in finding our flaws or problems with our physical and fiscal selves, and far less times just getting to know ourselves, our strengths, our skills and passions, our beliefs, and our faith commitments, if we resolve to spend some time contemplating who we might become on the basis of who we have already successfully become. Finally, a third thought. The previous list only has one point on volunteerism. That isn't utterly self-focused. Again, nothing at all wrong with self-improvement. We all need some work. But consider how much harder it can be for us to make our individual lives better without support, without help or encouragement from others. Since most of us know from practical experience that it's better to have support and encouragement than not to, why do we not resolve more often to seek it more frequently? And given that we all need help from time to time, why do we not resolve more often to provide support and encouragement to others? We're not necessarily talking about saving the world on our own. We're talking about doing what we can in small, focused ways, working with others in the community to accomplish great things together. Our own congregation provides numerous opportunities for such service, as do our schools and local civic organizations. And this isn't altruism we're talking about either. As members of a community who benefit from a mutual commitment is a clear act of self-interest. Now, these observations don't necessarily make New Year's resolutions easier, but hopefully, if we bear in mind that the greater goals, while permitting ourselves to slip from time to time, of taking time to reflect and to take introspection stock of ourselves and our strengths, and of looking beyond ourselves to the need of a broader community, may our New Year's resolutions might be that much richer and that much more worth the effort to achieve. And if Cousin Marvin gives us a leaf blower back, so much the better. I'd like to invite Alice up, and we're going to read some of the slips. Pick one.
A daily meditation practice.
I'm not sure what that says.
Me neither.
I do. This is a memory, my ongoing relationship with a woman I love.
Lose weight and get over my cough. Yeah.
Memory, friends getting married and living by myself.
Oh, red one. loss of my 17, what would you say that is? Loss of my 17-year fur baby?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Four-legged one.
yeah.
Resolution, make more time for doing public service.
I get it now. Reds are memories.
Memories are,
Memories. Here's a memory. It's a good memory. All the art of Florence, Italy. My elderly parents decline in their health.
resolution, it's a cliche, but to exercise once per day, no matter how long or how short.
Okay. I got two. A memory. Visited Estes Park, Colorado. Spectacular. Love the mountains. Is that you?
Could be. I bet it's somebody else that's married to me.
Ah.
Resolution. Yeah,
Perfectionism.
yeah. Become less picky and professionistic for myself and others.
And others. Here's a resolution. Get healthier.
Memory, looking for all of the helpers when tragic events happen.
Resolution. Be more intentional with my time in seeing friends and keeping better contact with long-distant friends.
Resolution, I want to focus on gratitude, being grateful for all that we have and experience and what is good in our world rather than focusing on the negative.
A memory. When you have to reset your life due to unexpected events, it's best to shed guilt.
A memory, being more active in church groups, second time around sale, gardening, etc., and getting to know the members much better. All right, let's do one more.
All right. This is a memory. After being a religious follower for many years, I decided it was time to be independent, so I joined UUQCQ. Amen.
Hey. All right, and the final one that we're sharing right now is memory. Dems winning so many states in the election. My plans are to take all of these and stick them on a big Post-it note and put them on the windows in the sanctuary, in the hallway, so you can look at them next time you're here. And I appreciate everybody sharing today. Our closing words today are from Father Ed Hayes, as he wrote in his book, The Pilgrim's Almanac. These are the words about the new year. In ancient times and cultures, the new year was a great feast of rebirth. The old year had died and a new one was born. It was a time for rebirth of all things, making this holiday truly fresh new beginning. And in this coming year, invest yourself in this activity as often as possible. Begin this new year by being new in as many ways as possible. So I want to thank you for ringing in the new year with us today. We invite you to come downstairs after the service and continue celebrating and sharing your memories and resolutions over coffee and conversation. Please join with me in extinguishing our chalice. The words are in your order of service and on the screen. As we extinguish our flame, may our lives be a reflection of the light and all the beauty and peace and joy that is possible in this world. And may the love that we find
sustain us as we go our separate ways, and love to guide us in the new year.
You got your good voices with you now? Our closing song today is Auld Lang Syne. The words are on your order of service and on the screen. Please stand in body and or spirit with your noisemakers and hats and whatever.
This will be off a couple, but I'll start with.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of Auld Lang Syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and give me a hand of thine. We'll take a right good will drop for Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here.
Nothing. I was up in his collection, so.
Hey, Dave? Yes. It's just me. Do you know yet anything about the provisions or decisions or report that we said?
I don't know anything about it.
Well, when you find out.
Do you want to pick the names or do you want to?
Well, I didn't know how it works in terms of making it match up to the team service, so.
Issue.
Right, right. So, how about I send an email to Patrick and just let him know that, and I'd really like to have at least maybe two, depending on him, some of the reasons are over. So there's gonna be special music.
That I don't even know.
Okay, all right, okay.
In fact, I don't talk to them. Come think of it.
Yeah.
Um,
Planning for the, yeah, the music team.
right, right. Just composers today. Aaron Copeland and Scott Joplin. Oh, you don't? Oh, I love Copeland. But I Joshua Rifkin. He was specialized in it. But the pineapple ring is on. And so, and I